Next up is miso, a staple of Japanese cuisine. It's made by fermenting soybeans with koji mold, and it results in a paste rich in vitamins and other nutrients. Miso can be dissolved in hot water to make soups or used as sauce for vegetables, among countless other uses. Miso generally comes in paste form, but the company in our next story developed a new way of making miso powder. That means it can be easily sprinkled on dishes, including Western cuisine.
The head chef at the French embassy in Japan is creating a dish using powdered miso. It's garnished with caviar and cream, with powdered miso sprinkled on top.
Even chefs at three-star restaurants would like to use it at home.
The taste tester today is the person who developed the powdered miso. Hayakawa Kaoru is a seventh-generation director of a family company that makes fermented food products such as miso and soy sauce. His family's company in Western Japan has been running for more than 130 years. The firm's artisans make miso using locally grown soybeans and traditional methods. They also have an eye to science. They ensure high quality by constantly gathering data while they're steaming and fermenting the ingredients. Hayakawa conceived powdered miso as a new way for people to experience this traditional Japanese flavor. He got the inspiration after the Great East Japan earthquake and tsunami in 2011. Some of his friends helped in the recovery efforts. They told him very little miso had been included in emergency supplies.
People said miso was heavy and a hassle to cook with. They suggested turning miso into a powder. So I started thinking how making miso into a powder would change the world of miso, and how it would change the way people saw miso.
But employees were opposed. They didn't want Hayakawa to spend huge amounts of money on equipment for freeze drying. So Hayakawa devoted himself to research. He learned methods for dehydrating food around the world, and he came up with a quick, relatively cheap way to turn miso into a powder, without freeze drying it.
I was sure I could do it if I kept trying. I wasn't an expert, but somehow I was confident.
Hayakawa's single-minded pursuit encouraged other people in the company to help him. Tomiyama Kazuhiko is the head of the artisans. He was amazed the powder tasted like traditional miso paste.
The quality got so good you couldn't tell one from the other. I thought it was most satisfactory.
After 5 years of effort, the company perfected its powdered miso. It's completely free of additives, and its flavor and aroma satisfy the most discerning artisans. The technology behind it is a secret, known only to a few people, including Hayakawa. The powder can be sprinkled on a variety of dishes and dissolved to make miso soup. Hayakawa's father, Hiroshi, is the company's president. He also has high hopes for the new product.
Just because something has been traditional for a long time, that doesn't necessarily mean consumers will stick with it. We have to change it bit by bit, even though it's traditional. Miso powder is one example of making that kind of change.
The company has also created miso powder with different flavors. These include pickled plum and yuzu, garlic and herbs, and curry. Hayakawa showed us a product he's currently developing. Truffles are added to powdered miso, and the mixture is molded into a kind of brick. Then pieces are shaved off and used in cooking. Using miso like this was once unimaginable. One person using the miso and truffle brick is the head chef at the French embassy in Japan. He loves its rich aroma. He and Hayakawa are working on the menu for a dinner in October to mark a special event.
Powdered miso is a product with really great potential. This product is like a bridge between Japan and the rest of the world. It can be used in most traditional European dishes, so it's very easy to use. It's made from healthy, natural ingredients. It can be eaten by people of all ages.
Hayakawa is looking for more ways to use miso, and he wants to win more fans for the miso powder.
It looks different from conventional miso, but it has essentially the same flavor and high quality. And it's made with the same passion. So, in that sense, it's no different. I want people around the world to appreciate that it's the pride of our artisans in what they do that's enabled us to keep going for more than 100 years.
Hayakawa is now focused on the European market. In October, he is heading to France to take part in a food festival where he aims to reveal the wonders of powdered miso. He's also considering using his experience with curry-flavored miso powder to expand into the Indian market. Fermented foods have a long history.